Hey everybody, Questwise here, and today I have a very special unboxing, not one that I really anticipated on doing, but when this opportunity came across my gaming table, I knew that I had to take a look at this. So, this is the Song of Ice and Fire tabletop battle game, miniatures game by CMON or Cool Mini or not. I had seen stuff about this for quite a long time, but I had never really taken the dive into it. Now, I had read the books years and years ago, and when the show came out, I introduced the show, the world, the universe of George R. R. Martin to my wife, who instantly fell in love with the characters and the landscape and the politics going on. And after talking to a few of my friends about this and how the game plays out, I was really interested in. So I took up the opportunity in order to take this this leap into a whole new sort of world of miniature tabletop gaming. And then this video is sort of supported by and facilitated by my good friends over at TC War Room. Please take a look at their card here. They do ship. So if you have any wargaming needs or magic needs or anything gaming nerdy related needs, go check these guys out. They've been very, very good to me over the years, and today is no different. So what we're going to do is we're going to unbox both of these. I have the Baratheon starter set, has a little bit of cosmetic damage here, but I think everything should be fine. We have the Lannister starter set. I'm going to unbox these, show you what you're going to get in either one of these starter sets, and then in a future video we will talk about how the game plays. And yeah, so let me reset the camera and we'll get into cracking one of these open, taking a look what's inside. Okay, so here we are, the Baratheon starter set from A Song of Ice and Fire, based on the novels. From what I understand, more of the novels than the TV shows of the world of George R. R. Martin. Game of Thrones was the show on HBO. This is produced by CMON Games, or Cool Mini or not, and it has miniatures from Dark Sword Miniatures. So you know you're going to get some very quality gaming experience out of this. First and foremost, you're going to get a rule book, full rule book on how the game plays. We'll go through this in a later video and talk about all the cool stuff that you can find on how the game works. What I understand is that there's a cool mechanism for outside of just the tabletop game itself. There's a board where you have political intrigue figures and figures that are actually outside of the game but still contributing to battles that take place. There's a lot of cardboard in here as well. So we're going to get some terrain pieces. As you can see, I also understand that you can buy on Etsy. There are companies that are making 3D printed, sorry about the glare from the from the cellophane, but 3D printed replacements for some of these, like these spiked walls and castle walls and whatnot, as well as other things like, you know, piles of bodies and stuff. So cool stuff there. I'm assuming, yeah, this is the miniatures there. You're also going to get lots of cards. So we have siege attackers, so obviously some siege aspects going on there too. I love that aspect. I think that's going to be really, really cool. And then your character cards for the characters that sort of either partake in the battle themselves or are on the political track as well. Each army also comes with a bag of dice that are specific to their particular nation, which is really, really nice. Beautiful dice. Got some nice weight to them. And then you've got another stack. It looks like this might be just an order of play card. And let's pull this out. And then these are the units of what you're going to get in the box. So a little bit of fluff behind here, lore on that, and then the actual rules for each unit. So it looks like we have the Stag Knights, we have Baratheon Warders, we have Baratheon Warders, so another unit of them, the Sentinels, and then rule for castle walls, which I'm assuming is for the siege missions. We have a small deck of cards, which I believe are some of the objective cards there too. From what I understand, the objectives in this game are when you take an objective, you draw randomly from this deck, and each one gives you a sort of special ability or boost for taking that. And then inside here, the nice thing about this game too is if you're not into building miniatures, these are already pre-built miniatures, but they are going to be something that you can, each faction has its own specific color to the plastic used in the sort of molding of the miniatures, but they can also be painted up to fit your style, but completely pre-built, which is really cool. So one of the nice things is you can pop these right out of the box and play right on the tabletop. Now this is a rank and file miniatures game, meaning that you do have these trays that the figures actually stand in, a lot like the old classic Warhammer fantasy battles game and whatnot. So that sort of rank and file style of game, but man, I'm at a loss for words because these miniatures are really, really beautiful. So that's the first level there. There are 3 trays here, which is incredible. This one is actually taped. Let's see if we can get a thing. So these are going to be your soldiers. I'm guessing some of these are the wardens that we talked about in the cards. Very, very cool. Lots of banners and stuff. And then we have some more here as well. Giant hammers, which is something they never really went into much in the television show. But the Baratheons were really well known for their war hammers and, you know, epic helmets. These are almost, this helmet almost looks like a crusader helmet. Very, very cool. And then we have some character figures up here as well too. I guess I skipped right over them, but we have some character figures that are going to aid either in battle or in the political track. Talking with some of the people today, I found out too that this game is highly supported. There are lots and lots of expansions for this, different armies. I'm very excited about trying out some of the different factions and building and adding to this box. Now, from what I understand as well, is that each one of these starter boxes is tournament legal. Straight out of the box, you can play and have a tournament size game for the particular faction that you've picked. Let me pack this back up. I'm going to reset the camera again, and then we're going to tear into some Lannisters, and I'll show you what's in that box as well. Stand by. Okay, so here we are inside the Lannister box. It's going to be a little bit familiar, but you're also going to get another copy of the rule book, which is really nice. So every starter army comes with a copy of the rule book. This is your player board. I don't know if I saw that in the last box. It probably got shuffled around in there somewhere. But the political board of where you're going to be tracking your characters that are outside of the battle and doing political intrigue off to the side and whatnot. We've got a game component sheet, which shows you everything that's going to be in this box, as well as all the miniatures. Again, didn't see that in the other box as well. I'll have to look into that. Looks like the same types of cardboard here. I'm wondering if this might have been an older box or a newer box, maybe. Because these aren't wrapped in cellophane like the other ones were, but they still have the same tokens, your measuring tools, your piles of bodies, werewood trees. That's beautiful. Some more cardboard. We've got your army cards again, and another one for castle walls for sieges and such. More of the small objective cards and mission cards in this one as well too. Interesting. Your other deck of order card. I'm assuming these are probably order cards or maybe special abilities for different units. A set of red dice for Lannisters with the lion, the golden lion. And then More miniatures. Slide the sleeve off of here. Very similar. Again, you still have your movement bases. Looks like these might be for infantry. These are going to be for cavalry, which it looks like the Lannisters have a little bit more of that than, say, the Baratheons. Then here we have, oh my goodness, look at this guy. The Mountain, Sandor Clegane. Oh, he's beautiful. Huge, too. So as compared to, I'm assuming this is probably Cersei. Just, oops, sorry, get you in the frame here. Absolutely massive. Very cool. Very cool. Jaime Lannister, I'm assuming. Very nice. So yeah, we do have some cavalry in this one. We've got some guys on horseback. Very, very nice. And like I said, we'll come back in a further video and talk a little bit more about how the gameplay works, what it looks like on the table, and what you can expect from the game in a further video, future video as well too. But the game of Ice and Fire, the miniatures game, the war game, if you will, political struggles, definitely worth a check out. I'm excited about diving into this. I can't give you too much information. Like I said, I've never really dove into this before. I have watched a few videos briefly online, but there's really not a lot of content online for this. But I was really shocked that after taking the opportunity to pick these 2 starter sets up, just how many expansions there are. And I was told that there are more expansions coming for this all the time. There's a huge tournament scene for this. If you like to do tournaments, I'm more of a narrative player, so I'm excited about setting up big battles based in the world of A Song of Ice and Fire. But please, if you want to check out more of this content, anything from this type of stuff to board games to miniature war games, Marvel Crisis Protocol, Star Wars Legion, Shatterpoint, all that, please check out my friends down at TC War Room in Traverse City, Michigan, and they do ship. Until next time, I'm Questwise. Game on, my friends, and as always, please stay safe.